Let's rock and roll.
Okay, so there's the new bike, all over and done with. Now it's time to get down to the good part, the part which I do believe you all want to see, and not me blabbering about like a clown, is for me to ride it. And yes, I will be riding it, and we probably will do a top speed run, because it's very fun. So, I bought this Aprilia RS 125 about 2 weeks ago now. It is the full power version. It's only got 3,730 miles on it from new and full Aprilia service history. I only bought it for 1,500 quid, which I thought was a bit of a bargain. So anyway, let's go. Now it is a lot different to riding a 4-stroke. I mean, the clutch is completely different, of course. But one of the main differences is how it handles. Of course, the Aprilia is a really big bike, and it is quite a hard bike to handle, and I've just stalled it on camera. There you go. Just proves my four-stroke riding skills then, doesn't it? So anyway, it is a lovely bike to ride, I think anyway, once you actually get going. The clutch is very hard to do. If you're not used to a 2-stroke, it is anyway, and I'm not used to a 2-stroke. The only other 2-stroke I ever had was an Aprilia RS 50, and I like that a lot, but you know, it didn't actually seize on me, it never broke down on me. But I'm told they were unreliable as well, but I never had any problems with mine, and I enjoyed riding mine, but of course it was slow, wasn't it? It's an RS 50 at the end of the day. But yeah, so Aprilia RS 125, it's a fantastic bike, it handles really well, the brakes are incredible, that's the one thing I've got to report, and it actually is fast as hell. I mean, for a 125, I've had 110 miles an hour over this. Yes, given that 110 mile an hour was down a very steep bank, but it was still 110, and she was at a red line, mind you, at 110. But yeah, it's extremely fast, and it gets there very quickly as well. This is the power valve model. I did do a bit of research into them, and not all of them came with power valves. It was only the certain ones that come with them, but I've got the power valve one, had to have the power valve one because it's the fastest one, for obvious reasons. But yeah, so there you go, Aprilia. New topic of discussion, what I want to discuss today with you guys is undercover police cars. Undercover police cars is what I want to talk to you about, because I've only had this Aprilia a week, and I've managed to be stopped by the police in an unmarked police car already, and it's really annoying, because they don't give you any kind of warning at all. They don't give you any kind of, you can't tell them. And what really knocks me off is that the unmarked police cars where I live, anyway, I don't know about anywhere else in the UK, but the unmarked police cars where I live, they're all got tinted windows at the back, like extremely well tinted windows, and tinted windows at the front, so you can't see the police in the passenger seat, which is, it's really mad, you know what I mean? They hide themselves so well, and you know, it's illegal for us to tint our windows on cars, but it's not illegal for the police to tint their windows in an unmarked police car. I just think that is, I think that's slightly naughty, if you ask me. And the only way that I can tell personally if it's an unmarked police car is the fact that usually in the grille of the police car there will be, especially if it's a BMW, there will be two little lights in the front grille of the BMW. That is the only way you can tell. And I got had a KTM Duke 125 with a full arrow exhaust, which was about as loud as a bomb going off. So as for, you know, this thing about my Aprilia being too loud, well, I have no idea what they are talking about. But anyway, he did like a noise test, and it turned out it wasn't too loud or something like that, and he just he let me on my way. Oh man, this Aprilia is absolutely electrifying. It is so nice and fast and smooth drive. I mean, I'm not even going beneath the screen here, and we're doing 80 miles an hour. You know, I'm not even ducked beneath the screen. I mean, that's the other thing with 2 strokes as well, is with a 4-stroke, I'm used to holding them flat out. Like over, say if I was going out here on my KTM or if I were there, or you know, I'd just be you can take it to the top speed, but you've got to just, you know, let it off by 5 or 10 mile an hour and just cruise about. And I don't really cruise about anywhere near its top speed, to be honest with you, because as soon as this thing hits power valve there at 8,000 RPM, it absolutely eats fuel. So I usually keep it below 8,000 RPM, which that's what I call its cruising rev range, because it does cruise really nice. Between these revs, it is a lovely bike to ride. But yes, getting back to the policeman, what are your opinions on unmarked police cars? Because here in the northeast in County Durham where I live, we don't have any speed cameras at all. There's not one speed camera in our county. There is 2 mobile police camera cars, and that's it. But they make up for it by having the largest division of unmarked police cars in the UK. There's something like, currently operating in County Durham, there's something like 20 unmarked police cars or something like that. And it's just, it really does annoy me. I mean, speak of the devil, there's the rudders. There they are. But yeah, I want to know what your opinions are, because I thoroughly disagree with them. I really do disagree with police cars on an absolute, all levels. I disagree with them. I just think they're inappropriate. They're just there to catch people out, and I think it's just really horrible. I mean, at the end of the day, no one wants to be pulled by an unmarked police car doing something they would do every day, like overtaking someone who's doing like 65 mile an hour and going slightly quicker than the speed limit. No one wants to be caught doing that. These unmarked police cars catch normal people out. Normal everyday people who just going about their lives, who don't really do anything dishonest. They just catch out, and it just really annoys me, because I mean I'm not one of these people that's like a road racer. I don't tear up the road everywhere. You know what I mean? Usually I just take it easy everywhere, because as a biker you can tear up the road, but there's a time and a place, and around towns and things like that, it's just not the place at all. So you'd rarely catch me doing anything over 30 and a 30 and 40 and a 40, but it's just like normal people who are in cars around town like that. I mean, everyone does it. You're bound to go about 35 miles an hour, maybe 40, and it's just, I think it's really bad, to be honest with you. I disagree with it on a complete moral level. I mean, I'd love to know your opinions. I mean, that's what this topic is all about. It's to introduce my Aprilia RS 125, yay, and to talk about unmarked police cars, because they're really starting to knock me off. I mean, I have to keep tabs in my mirrors constantly, looking for the things, because they're everywhere, and it's really doing my head in now. I really can't be bothered with them anymore. But yes, please tell me what your opinions are on unmarked police cars in the UK, and whereabouts you live in the UK, and if you have a load of unmarked police cars, you know what I mean, and if they really do your head in as well. And if you've been pulled by one, please comment below, tell us why you've been pulled, what you were pulled for, and give the registration to people. Let the world know the identity of this unmarked police car, so they too can avoid it like the plague, because that's what I do. I just take the regos of all the unmarked police cars I know, and then I just avoid them like the plague. But yeah, now that I've got an Aprilia RS 125, I wouldn't mind any hints or tips from anyone who owns one. Any hints or tips you've got for me. I don't want to de-restrict it, that's one thing I don't want to do. I'm not bothered about getting any more extra power out of this. She's quick enough as she is. She'll do me just fine. I'd rather just leave it stock Aprilia than I know she is, you know, reliable. I know you can de-restrict them and get them to 30 something brake horsepower, but why? What's the point? I mean, a 125 that is now pulling up a bank like a 250 or a 500. I mean, I'm doing 70 miles an hour up this bank. The Honda would have a wet dream if it could do 70 up this bank. The Honda could barely reach 50 up this bank. You know what I mean? I know everyone will say, oh well, 4-strokes are a lot more reliable. Yes, they are. I'll grant you that. 4-strokes are 10 times more reliable than, you know, a 2-stroke. But so long as you look after an Aprilia, you know, they get a bad name because a lot of people don't look after them very well. Look after an Aprilia and it'll look after you. Keep it well maintained. Change the gearbox oil regularly. Let it warm up on the morning. You know, I always let mine warm up to at least 2 bars before I ride it, and then 3 bars before it hits power valve. And that's how I ride my Aprilia. And I mean, obviously it's a bit of early days for me to start boasting about how reliable mine's been. Obviously, I mean, I picked it up with 3,000 miles on the clock. I've done 700 miles so far on it. Used the bottle of 2-stroke up. And yeah, she's been right as rain. She's started easy on the morning, hasn't needed the choke at all, which has really surprised me. My RS50 used to just die for choke on the morning, even in the summertime, so I assume that that's a good sign. I mean, I'm not the most clued up person in the world about 2-strokes, but I do know a little bit, you know what I mean? I think most people who own a 2-stroke bike will have probably kind of learned the hard way, really. But yeah, that's my little rant for today, and that's the introduction to my new bike that I will be riding, the Aprilia. Hopefully this is a long-term thing. I know the Honda was meant to be a long-term thing, but it didn't work out very well. It kind of, yeah, we'll not go into it. It just didn't work out very well at all. I'm hoping the Aprilia will be a long-term thing because I like the bike a lot. Obviously it's very quick. It looks like a big bike, and it goes like stink. It's really good. But yeah, that's kind of my rant over, really. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Just on my police cars, what you think. Nice introduction to my bike, and just a bit about the Aprilia, really. I mean, I'll have more videos coming very shortly. I'll be recording a lot more if I can. Which is purely for the fact because I can now. I've now got a bike. I mean, the reason why I haven't uploaded more of Varadero is because it broke. After I uploaded those 2 videos, it kind of broke about a week afterwards. And plus the weather was a bit down, so I didn't really record any more videos. But obviously it's British summertime now, so hopefully I'll be getting more videos in. A lot more of the Aprilia anyway, that's for sure. But what I'd really like to know is what kind of riding do you like? Because I mean, I'll talk about topics and things to discuss, but I want to know what kind of riding you like, because where I live, it's quite a diverse bit of land. There's you know, you've got country roads, you've got, you know, extreme town roads, and you've got motorways and long dual carriageways. There's a bit of everything around where I live. It's quite cool, actually. So I'd love to know what you want to see. If you want to see me riding around twisty country bends, you know, really having to work the gearbox on the Aprilia, then yeah. Or if you want to see the Aprilia have a little cruise down the motorway with me to have a talk with you, yeah, I can do that as well. But I'm really open for it at the minute. I'll tell you what I will do though. I'm going to down a couple of gears and give you guys a good Aprilia speed run. Just down 2 gears there. And this is Aprilia acceleration for you. Doing 86 miles an hour, 87, 88, 90 miles an hour, change up into 6, 91 miles an hour, and I'll just back off for this roundabout, and there you go. It's as easy, as simple as that. I mean, God, for a guy who's been riding 4-stroke 125s since he very first got a 125, that acceleration is quite, it's lovely, it's very nice. But please, yeah, you know, like and subscribe to this video, but only like it if you genuinely like it, and only subscribe to me if you genuinely like my videos. and comment below what you think about police cars, what type of riding you want to do, and what you want. Please do. Anyway, this is going to be me out. Hello Moto 55 out.